It was good. I thought we got off to a really good start. Kind of had to settle in after the first drive. I think everybody had a little bit of jitters, especially myself. I was feeling the energy of the crowd, I think, out there for sure. But I love the way that we finished tonight, and the yards are great. But I was really just proud of our backups and all the guys that came in and played, and they did really well.
I say this kind of joking, but you didn't underthrow John tonight.
Yeah. No, that was we worked on it a lot. We worked a lot this week on some deep balls, and just trying to get the timing down. It's always a really good feeling when you're on your back and you hear the crowd go wild, and you're like, yes, I completed it. And then he's in the end zone. I knew he was going to be in the end zone because he's going to run away from anybody.
How dynamic is he? I mean, like, from whether it be catching the ball or just getting the ball in his hands in space. How dynamic is that guy?
Yeah, he's an unbelievable player, and I think everybody kind of saw his speed tonight. But that whole receiving core, just has so many different pieces, and everybody's got a different skill set. And that's the nice thing, is that I think our coaches do a really good job of putting them in positions to be successful.
Right. You said this first couple weeks. Last year, I know the coaches talked about needing more guys to make plays and bust tackles and just do things on their own. You see like AJ's touchdown and Hightower's touchdown run and plays like that. I mean, where's kind of this playmaking coming from this year? And how important is that to kind of spark in the offense?
Well, I think, they probably said it, but starts in practice. I think that's the easy answer. We do a really good job, I think, of, working those things in practice and practicing full speed and, trying to get game reps. But, at the same time, I feel like that, with how many guys that we have in that position now, there's a little bit of competitiveness going on, and a little bit of, they all want the ball, and they want to get in the end zone. And when you have guys making plays, more guys are going to want to be out there and scoring, and that just gives you that little extra incentive to, maybe break a tackle and take a bubble to the house like AJ did.
I was going to say, what do you think? I mean, that's like a 10-yard play you're assuming, and then all of a sudden it's 7, even a touchdown.
I mean, we talked about getting off to a good start in the second half. I don't think we could have got off to a better start. So, I mean, that was pretty ideal for me, especially.
Well, yeah, you got one play in the second half, so I would say so. Well, I mean, to be able to do that, I mean, you had one play in the second half, and then you were out, and those other guys went to work, and they still were able to move the ball pretty well. What was that like, just being able to do what you did and also see them kind of still be able to move the ball even without some of the starters in there?
Yeah, like I said before, just to see the way that we finished, because I think, I said it last week, I didn't think we finished very well, and that was a focus that we had this week and the coaching staff had for us this week, is we wanted to play 4 quarters. And I was fired up on the sidelines, trying to get everybody going, and the way that we finished, the way that Chase and Jalen finished, and really every single guy that was on the field, to be able to move the ball and then finish with the ball in our hands there with on a 4th down, that's big for us. That's big as a program, and just big as an offense, I think, as a mentality.
418 yards passing, but also 400 yards rushing, which I think was number 6 in school history. I mean, to have that balance and get the ground game going, I mean, how big is that moving forward?
It's really big. I mean, that's about as good as it gets, I think, balance-wise. So, I mean, it was a good night for us, and there's still some things that we need to work on. I think, we'll go back and watch the film, and it's never going to be as good as it looked tonight. And, we put up 800 yards of offense, but there's probably still a lot we can work on. I can think of a few plays right now that we're going to need to get better at, and that we're going to need to be more dialed in for next week.
Brett, can you talk about you tied Kellen Moore's record for 16 300 yard game. What does that mean to you? I know you talked a lot about him and how you've looked up to him and kind of admired him and what he did here, but what does that mean to you to be able to come back and what you're doing this season?
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I didn't really know that until now, but just any time you're in a conversation with Kellen Moore, I think that's something to be said in itself. He was, in my opinion, the greatest college football player of all time. So, yeah, definitely an honor for sure.
You guys scored 56 last week. You scored 62 this week. How nice of a start is this for you guys? You're 2 games into this thing. How nice of a start is it, and how eager does it make you to just get back and get after it once again?
It's good. It's nice to put points on the board and get off to a hot start, which is one thing that we wanted to do. Especially after last year. But for us and for me as a leader, I like to see you know, us finishing and, you know, everybody on our side of the ball, you know, working hard and, you know, just doing every little thing right. And the more that you can do that, that's when you really start to build, you know, great things on offense and for the future as well.